At 4 a.m. on December 20th, 1946, Nimal Kumar Bose entered his employer's room in the village of Noakhali. The sight stopped him at the door. Inside, a 77-year-old man lay in bed, sleeping entirely naked next to his 19-year-old grandniece, Manu. This was Mahatma Gandhi, the global symbol of nonviolence, who had successfully led a nation to independence through the power of spiritual truth. Mainstream history heavily edits his personal life, while the 4 ashrams he established are presented as peaceful communes built on equality. The historical record reveals a different purpose operating inside those walls, one that is deliberately omitted from the textbook narrative. Gandhi treated his ashrams as isolated laboratories. Behind closed doors, he used his family members and devoted followers as subjects for increasingly invasive psychological and sexual experiments. That morning in 1946, with his teenage grandniece, was the logical conclusion of a system Gandhi had been building for decades, a carefully designed architecture of absolute control. The roots of this control trace back to a specific trauma in Gandhi's youth. When he was a teenager, he left his dying father's bedside to have sex with his young wife, Kasturba. While he was away, his father died. The guilt from that night reshaped his worldview. He began to view natural human hermitage as a source of impurity and weakness, leading him to adopt brahmacharya, a vow of strict celibacy, and to begin restructuring the lives of everyone in his household. Inside the ashrams, Gandhi took direct control of his followers' bodies. He dictated their exact intake, enforcing bland, raw diets without salt or spices. He became obsessed with their digestion, personally administering enemas to ensure internal purity. When Kasturba fell ill and doctors ordered her to drink beef tea, Gandhi intervened. He demanded she survive only on unseasoned grains and fruit. When she resisted, he threatened to starve himself of salt and lentils for a year. Under the pressure of his potential hunger strike, she gave in. He extended this control to physical labor. Gandhi required his followers to clean latrines, a task historically forced upon the lowest castes. While he promoted this as a move towards spiritual equality, it functioned as a way to break his high caste followers' personal boundaries and force absolute obedience. This accumulation of rules stripped away the residents' autonomy. They became so dependent on Gandhi that they wrote to him asking permission for the most mundane tasks, how many spoonfuls of paste to eat, or whether they were allowed to apply oil to their hair. By managing food, bodily functions, and daily labor, Gandhi created a psychological vacuum. With every personal choice removed, the ashram residents became entirely dependent on his authority to navigate their daily lives. Once he had established total obedience, Gandhi began utilizing the residents as test subjects for his celibacy experiments, starting with the teenagers under his care. In one experiment, he forced young boys and girls to bathe together and sleep on the same open veranda, just 3 feet apart. Gandhi supervised them personally, testing whether they could suppress their natural biological urges under his watch. When physical attraction inevitably occurred, Gandhi reacted with severe punishments. He personally cut off the teenage girl's hair, leaving a permanent mark of shame to serve as a warning to the rest of the ashram. This punitive control reached his own family. When he discovered his son Manilal was having an affair with a woman named Jackie, Gandhi went on a 7-day fast, stating he would not care if his son died from joining him. He extorted a lifelong vow of celibacy from Manilal and forced Jackie into widow's garments as a sign of remorse. As Gandhi aged, he aimed to mentally and physically eradicate his own sexual desire. He wanted to reach a state where he was entirely devoid of lust. He attempted to prove his success through physical tests. He required his female assistants to bathe with him while he was naked, and eventually forced several women to sleep unclothed in his bed so he could test his own restraint. Many of these women were married. By framing these naked sleeping arrangements as a spiritual mission, Gandhi successfully separated them from their husbands. He severed their marital intimacies and redirected their devotion entirely toward himself. In late 1946, while Gandhi conducted these private tests, communal violence from the impending partition was devastating the nation. Gandhi explicitly linked the fate of the nation to his personal, physical discipline. He became convinced that only by perfectly conquering his lust with two teenage girls, his grandnieces Manu and Abba, could he stop the nationwide bloodshed. This decision shattered the support of several close allies. His translator, Nirmal Kumar Bose, and his secretary, R.P. Parasuram, both resigned in protest. Editors at his newspaper, Harijan, also quit rather than publish his justifications for the experiments. The backlash eventually reached his political peers. Leaders like Vallabhbhai Patel and J.B. Kripalani, who were focused on the struggle for independence, began to openly condemn his personal experiments as a distraction and a mistake. Not everyone in his circle submitted. His granddaughter, Sumitra, actively rejected his demands to become a subservient secretary in the ashram. She pursued higher education, moved to the United States, and eventually built an independent career as a member of parliament. While Gandhi convinced his followers they were participating in a moral mission, the internal record of the ashrams shows a system built on profound exploitation. For decades, the people around him surrendered their autonomy in pursuit of a purity that resulted in the loss of their personal boundaries and their independence. And that's my take on Gandhi experiments. I'd love to hear what you think though. Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite part. If you enjoyed the video, hitting that like button really helps the channel out. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.